I know there's probably not a master plan for these are the books I'm going to write, and then when I get to number 20 at the end, or whatever. But do you foresee yourself writing more books from an animal perspective?
Yes, and actually I have a ton more. I can't really announce everything yet, but the next book I can talk about just a tiny bit, and it is from the perspective of an alien cat. So it is an alien who comes down to Earth, and he is meant to be a Yellowstone Park ranger, but there's a mix-up, and he gets trapped in the body of a stray cat. So yes, so it's like, it's kind of an animal, but he's also an alien. So yes, and then the book after that is totally a twist on an animal.
Is there a title / release date range?
I cannot announce the title for the cat book or the other book, but it will probably, with COVID, it's interesting. I'm still almost waiting for the email of like, we're going to get pushed back. So far it hasn't happened, but it'll be out hopefully in the UK in September, and probably in the US in December. And then I have 5 other books as well, all about animals. But
they're all in some
they're all something to do with animals.
And then they should all be coming to us in the next few years.
Yes.
You're going to be busy. That's extremely exciting.
Yes, this is part of the reason why I'm kind of going back and forth of like trying to manage all of the school and all of the other commitments of writing about animals. Yes, so I'm hoping to just become like the Dr. Dolittle of books, of just animal empire, really. And a lot of this is just completely selfish, where I just really, really want to know about these specific types of animals. And a lot of my family, so my mom is autistic. She's on the autistic spectrum. And I kind of go back and forth of like, I've had a doctor say that I am also on the autistic spectrum, but like, I don't really know. And I think that my thing is animals. I am just absolutely obsessed with knowing everything about them. And like the girl in my next book is basically like a little me of, she's absolutely obsessed with animal facts. And she ends up kind of working at an aquarium and learning about all the different kind of like sea lions and penguins and all of that. So I am purposely just putting all these extra animals in my book so that I can have an excuse to research them.
How do you research? Are you just pulling up internet articles, or are you going places?
So I am a voracious reader, and I have recently, so I'm researching a book right now. I don't think I can talk about it, but it's on a specific animal. And I am reading quite a lot of research studies on that specific animal from like 1997 to now, and just kind of the evolution of what scientists are understanding about that specific animal and how far they have come of like, oh, this animal, it's like kind of smart too. Oh, this animal's actually a genius. Like, and through those research studies, I actually found out that like groundhogs have an entire language.
Oh.
Like an entire, like if you just Google this, it is fascinating. Like there's this researcher in Ohio who has spent the last 20 years just researching the language of groundhogs. And I was thinking, how could I get that job? That sounds really, really wonderful. But yeah, they have, it's very complex too. So they're actually developing like AI to translate groundhog speak into like human language.
So there could conceivably come a time where we could have a conversation with the groundhog.
We'll be able to speak to groundhog. Yes.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. That's amazing. So we will always know whether or not there will be 6 months of winter. That will be very specific.
Yeah. So it's quite.
Do they know what they're talking about? I mean, is it just there's food over here? Let's go back to shelter. I think
I think I'm talking about prairie dogs. Sorry, it's really late. Prairie dogs. Sorry, prairie dogs. I've been up since 6 a.m. But it's prairie dogs. But yeah, conceivably they will it's more like, okay, there's a predator over here, or like, get out of my burrow, or this is where the food is, or things like that. But as humans, what we talk about, is it really more complex than that most of the time? No, really. If you listen to all of our quarantine conversations, it's mostly about dinner right now. So I think that when we really get down to it and we are kind of sequestered in this way, it's, yeah.
I bought my wife a T-shirt back in college that had two stick figures, and one of them was, they were both holding their little stick figure hands over their mouths laughing, and one said, movie quote, ha ha ha, movie quote. The other one says, yes, movie quote, ha ha ha. And when she would wear that around friends, I noticed, they wouldn't say movie quotes because it would be awkward because of the shirt. And then there would just be long periods of silence that with nothing to fill.
Yeah,
especially at that young age of right around 18, 19, half your experience is things you've seen on the screen, and so I certainly had a nice arsenal of movie quotes that I've abandoned.
I mean, who knows? If prairie dogs had television, who knows what they'd be talking about? You know, I mean, it could expand their vocabulary. Just a lot of prairie dog movies.
Well, just quoting what Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like, yep. I don't know what the rest of that movie was about, but that start with the prairie dogs, oh, that was fantastic.
Exactly. So I often wonder about, like, my dog, when there is another dog on television, she will be really in tune with it. So I was researching the other day New Guinea singing dogs, which are fascinating if you haven't looked it up, but there is this rare breed of dog that they have just captured images of in the wild after like 20 years. They thought that they were extinct in the wild, but they actually sing. And so their song has actually been compared to songs of humpback whales. And my dog, I was playing these on YouTube, and she was just like, where are they? I have to find them. So I think that the dogs can watch TV a little bit if there are interesting sounds and other dogs on there.
Sure.
Dogs of any kind.
Yeah, no, our cat perks up if there's a commercial for cat food and there's cats on screen.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
Sooner or later we'll have Catflix or whatever, and it'll be our own streaming service you can enjoy.
So when I used to, before the pandemic, when I would go into work, I would leave on specific music for my dog, but it was like a CD that I bought that's like a 5-hour CD. She's only gone for like 3.5 hours, but I wanted to, just in case I ran late. And it's music that just been composed specifically for what dogs like. And I don't know if I've been completely calmed with this and it's just regular classical music, but she seemed to be pretty calm around it. So could be.